Hello, today you'll be taking your mid-unit assessment on the text Helios. Your learning target for today is I can independently read, understand, and explain the meaning of a new text. You are going to read the text and then answer questions. In this assessment, you're going to be tracking progress toward the following anchor standards. R1. Specifically, can cite textual evidence when writing or speaking to support conclusions drawn from the text. 4. Interpret words and phrases as they are used in a text. 10. I will be able to read and comprehend complex literary and informational texts independently and proficiently. And language standard 4. Determine or clarify the meaning of unknown and multiple meaning words and phrases by using context clues. Keep in mind, there are things that close readers do in order to better understand a text as they are reading it. When reading in preparation for the assessment, remember to read small chunks of text slowly and then think about the gist. Keep in mind that the gist is what the text is mostly about. There are two options. You can read the entire text and then write down the gist, or, and this is my personal favorite, stop every few paragraphs and write down the gist instead of waiting to the end. Now, let's say you're reading and you don't know the meaning of a word. Pause for a second. Read the sentence around the word. Look at the affixes, look at the roots, and that'll help you to better understand what the word is. Remember, we've done this in entrance tickets, text-dependent questions, and in class practice. Apply what you learned to these types of questions. That'll come at the end. And if the assessment question asks you to go back in the text to find an answer to a question, please use your copy of the text to go back to see what they are talking about. Once you finish reading, there are certain strategies that you can use to help you best answer the selected response questions. And keep in mind, selected response is just a multiple choice question. First thing you're going to do is read the question carefully. A trick is to cover the answers and try to think of it yourself. Once you think you know what the answer is, read it and find the one that is most like what you've already thought it was. As you read through each answer, think back to the text. What happened in the text that makes you think this might be right? And cross out the answers that you know are not correct. For this assessment, one of our questions is going to be talking about creating an effective summary. There are two different texts you're going to read, and the summaries vary based on which text it is. If you're reading a literary text, you're going to introduce the text by stating the title, author, chapter, section, or pages. Briefly outline what the text is about. Clearly state the central idea. Include key events and supporting details. Identify a possible theme. And you are not going to have any opinions or any judgments about the text. You're going to wrap that up with a concluding statement. This is going to be short, clear, and concise. If it is an informational text, introduce the text by stating the title, author, and chapter, section, or pages. Briefly outline what the text is about. Clearly state the central idea, main ideas. Include supporting details from the text that convey that central idea, main ideas. Be sure that you remain objective. This means do not include your opinions. Then you wrap it all up with a concluding statement. This should also be short, clear, and concise, meaning straight to the point. During this assessment, you will have to persevere. I persevere. This means I challenge myself. When something is difficult or demanding, I keep trying and ask for help if I need it. If you persevere, you keep trying. If you need to, you might also ask someone for help. Since this is a test, the teacher may not be able to help you exactly like you want them to. However, they can help you if you need to better understand a question. If you find something challenging, make sure that you've tried the different strategies that you've learned in the lessons before this one. Also, think about what we've talked about so far in this video. Because this is an assessment, you should complete it independently in silence. Because you'll be reading and answering questions independently for the assessment, you may need to practice perseverance. No matter what you do, keep going and try your best. Thank you so much and good luck.